even with 4 feet of snow on the ground, even with negative temperatures, there was a line going out the door. Most of it was the military community.
We are here today with published author and military spouse, Marissa Howard.
Hi, Shannon. So good to be here.
Today, I just love to dive in and talk about your journey to becoming a published author while dealing with the challenges that come from being tied to the military.
So my husband and I met in Colorado Springs. He went to the Air Force Academy. He was just a little cadet when I met him. He's a major now in the Air Force, which is crazy to me. I used to think majors were really old, and now my husband's a major. What is happening? We've been in the Air Force for almost 9 years. We've been stationed in Las Vegas, North Dakota. From there, we went to Germany for 3 years, which was incredible. We were able to travel to almost 50 countries, lived it up over there. It was so much. And now we're in Florida.
So you started writing in 2017, and you've already published 3 books, which is crazy.
I kind of love writing universal topics that are like real in the real world and straddle the line between fiction and reality. I signed with an agent about a year ago. When people ask me, like, how do you write a book? The way I've always looked at it is I just take it one page at a time. Like if you look at, oh my gosh, I have to write a whole book, I have to create a whole story, it's overwhelming. So if you kind of take it like chunk by chunk, page by page, eventually you'll have a book. I remember when I got Loveless sent in the mail to me, the very first copy of Loveless, my very first book, my little baby, and I held it in my hands for the first time, and it was just the most surreal experience I've ever had. And being a military spouse, you're moving around constantly. You're having to kind of restart your life over and over and over again. A lot of my ideas from my books have come from like being in these different places and meeting all these different kinds of people. My first book signing was at this little bookstore called Main Street Books, like on the main street. I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's gonna come. Like this is gonna be an absolute disaster. And that day there, even with 4 feet of snow on the ground, even with negative temperatures, there was a line going out the door. And most of it was the military community, just rallying around me, supporting me, and just having that support, having that second family. Because nobody really understands military life like another military spouse. One of the things I write in all of the books that I sign for people is never stop fighting for what you love. So the advice I would give is find that thing that you can't live without. Find that thing that inspires you, that encourages you, that makes you want to get up in the morning, that ignites that spark, and grab onto it and don't let go.